Maybe that's helpful. I don't know. Okay. Let's see if I can do this, get organized. Oh, okay. Trying to get it together here. Oh, pretty good. Hello and welcome. In today's video, I just thought we'd do a fun one here. We just talk about the makeup products that other influencers have made me buy. I know I've seen this video going around. I just thought that'd be a fun one to do. So if you like that kind of content, make sure you stay tuned. Hello, welcome. If you're new, thank you for stopping by, for returning. I truly appreciate your continued support. You see, in today's video, just going to do a fun one where I just thought we'd talk about items that other influencers have influenced me to buy. I saw this video idea going around a little while ago, and I just sat around and I was like, you know, there's a whole lot of stuff that other influencers have kind of talked me into. Some good, some I'm like, you know, everybody has different views. So I just thought that'd be a fun one to do today. So that's what we're going to do. Grab your drink, and this is, if you're a Starbucks person and you like the iced brown sugar oat milk shaken espresso, this is it, homemade. So if you're interested, I will link or actually list the recipe down below. I made my own brown sugar syrup, and then I already have oat milk because that's what I use, and this is what I made. So, and it's good. So grab your drink, grab a snack if you need, and let's go ahead and get started. All right, so as we go, I might insert a couple of little clips of some of the items I applied, but overall, I'm just gonna try to make this quick. So starting with the base, I'm just gonna kind of go through everything here. One of the things that, I think it was Juicy Jazz, this hard candy, it is the Sheer Envy Hydrating Primer Makeup Grip, moisturizes and perfects. I am wearing this today. This is definitely something she influenced me to buy. I don't usually wear a whole lot of primers. Not that I don't want to, I just forget. It's just a step that I forget about. I don't know why. Anyway, so I did use that today. I do like it. It's a nice one. It's supposed to be similar to the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip, which I know there's a lot of primers that are similar to that, but that is one that she made me buy. Also, she made me buy this e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. So this is just a mini I got. It was like a little trio that came as a gift with one of the orders I placed. But yeah, so that is the mini one. But I do enjoy that to like kind of blur the pores. Just I only use it in the T-zone there, and it's a nice primer. I like it. Another one, and this was a Tati made me buy, is this Wet n Wild Impossible Primer. It is silicone free, which I don't really care for silicone primers, so I do appreciate that. I've only used this a couple times. It's okay. I definitely prefer the hard candy one over this, but those are definitely two less expensive options at the drugstore for primers, and I would recommend either one of them. Hard candy, you know, over the other one, but neither one I don't think you could go wrong with. So, and then moving on to the base, there's a whole lot of, oh my gosh, foundations, all that stuff. There's so many that I could name. The one that came to mind more recently though, a newer product, is the Shiseido Synchro Skin Radiant Lifting Foundation, and this one is oil-free, broad spectrum, SPF 30, and mine is in 240 Quartz, which I think is a little bit dark. I mean, I was able to make it work, but as I was playing, I was like, ooh, I see why I haven't worn that one quite as much, because it's definitely, yeah, it's definitely a little bit dark. So I'm hoping during the summer I'll be able to get away wearing this. I do like this over the original Shiseido. Definitely this one is better for me. Now I do have dry skin, a little bit combination in the T-zone, but majority is dry. As I've gotten older, it's gotten drier. So anything that gives a little bit more of a radiance, is a little bit more hydrating, are definitely ones that I tend to go towards. Prefer, you know, obviously. But I will be listing though, another video I'm going to be doing soon, so stay tuned, is my favorite foundations currently. So I'm going to include skin tint, skin moisturizer, you know, moisturize, whatever, tinted moisturizers, you know what I'm trying to say. And most of mine will be like medium coverage foundations, because I've kind of found that that's my sweet spot. So I believe this will be in that video, so stay tuned. So that'll be coming soon. But that is definitely a foundation that I have discovered more recently, and I am enjoying it. So as far as concealer, now this was definitely a Jessica Braun made me buy it, the Shiseido, the Synchro Skin. I'll put the information down below because I don't remember what it's called, but mine I believe is in 201. It is growing on me. I did get it during the Sephora sale, So again, it's still a little bit newer to me. I've used it a handful of times. Used it obviously today. All these products that I'm listing or telling you about are ones that I've used today. You know, at least the majority of them. Ones that I'm wearing today, I obviously couldn't wear them all because some of them are in the same category, but I will tell you the ones that I'm wearing. Anyways, so so far it is working out pretty well. That is another video that I'm going to be doing, so stay tuned for that. Is my favorite or top concealers that I'm using currently. So again, stay tuned for that. And this is in there because it is definitely on the top as far as the ones that I've been enjoying. So yeah. Okay, so as far as bronzers, there's a whole lot of bronzers that I could list that other influencers have talked me into, including like the Rare Beauty, the new bronzer sticks. Those were definitely, I think, I want to say maybe that was Jen Love or Jessica Braun. There was somebody out there that definitely influenced me to get that. Now Jessica Braun did, or was it, I think it's Jessica Braun, definitely influenced me to get this. The Milk Makeup, the Bionic bronzer, and this one is in Time Traveler. It is obviously, like I said, what I'm wearing today. It's a very nice bronzer. Now I do find just for application and ease of use and format itself, I do prefer bronzer sticks just because they're so easy to apply. I mean, literally you swipe it on, you know, blend it out. This again is a little bit messier. You have to put it on your hand. I dab it on and then blend it out. So just for ease of use, I do prefer sticks, but this is definitely a nice one. It blends out very well. It has a very nice tone to it, so I definitely do recommend that. So I'm glad she made me buy that. So, so now a powder bronzer. Now this was definitely a Juicy Jazz made me buy this. The Juvia's Place. This is the bronzed in medium. Now it is a duo bronze, so it's kind of like a bronze, and I guess you could say it's kind of a contour bronzer, but I like mixing the tones because this one is definitely a little bit too like orangey for me, and this one has a lot more like red base. So I find just mixing them together gives me like the perfect, but it's definitely pigmented, it blends well, stays on. I definitely have been enjoying it for the price. Definitely highly recommend this bronzer. So I'm glad she made me buy it. Now, as I was thinking of it, I don't know why, but I kind of went back a little bit and I was like, you know, what about some older products that are still in my collection, still enjoy, I don't maybe use them as much, but I started thinking of some things, some holy grail type of stuff. And the thing that came to mind was this butter bronzer by Physicians Formula. Now, when I first got into makeup, you know what I mean? I got on YouTube, I Googled, you know, beginner makeup, you know, kind of thing. And this came up. This was definitely one of the first things that came up, is this original Physicians Formula bronzer. I'm definitely glad it is in my collection. I love the scent of it. And again, that was definitely a Juicy Jazz made me buy it because she was one of the first influencers that, or YouTube creators that I started watching. Her and Tati were like the first two. So yeah, so she definitely made me buy that. And so it's still in my collection, still glad to have it. And yeah, so definitely recommend it still. All right, so next, sorry, just going along here, seeing what all products I need to tell you about. As far as blush, again, most of these categories are things that I could tell you multiple options, but I'm just gonna kind of go over most of the ones that I wore today. So this Tower 28, this was a Samantha March. I remember when they first came out, I want to say maybe it was 2 years ago now, I don't remember exactly, but this is the Beach Please Magic Hour Cream Blush. And I still love this, still enjoy this, as obviously, like I said, what I'm wearing today. It is creamy enough, but it has enough base to it, enough like stick to it. But again, it doesn't feel sticky afterwards, but I mean, it goes on, it blends out nicely, but it feels like it's gonna stay in place. It's not one of these slippery, you know, slide off your face the moment you're done blending it in. But yeah, I definitely recommend these Tower 28 blushes, and for the price, I really don't think you can go wrong. I think I have 4 different shades of these and I love them all. So definitely recommend that. Now, as far as blush, the one that came to mind just more recently, again, there's tons that I can mention, is this Baremineral, the Blonzer. And this is in Kiss of Pink. And this was anybody who watches any of the more popular YouTube creators, I'm sure you know Kelly Gooch. And this is the one she's always talking about. It went away for a while, was discontinued, just came back. And I picked this and the other 2 shades up in the Sephora Sephora sale, and I do enjoy it. Now, I was watching, was it Toddy? Or no, it wasn't Toddy, it was Stephanie Marie. I was watching her and she was talking about this bronzer, and I didn't really watch before like the application method or anything, you know, specifically to it, but she had mentioned that you're supposed to sweep it like a W over the face. So that is what I did today, and again, I think it's just a nice, like, it really is like a nice combination bronzer, blush. You know, again, if you don't want to even put on a bronzer, you want just a simple, you know, one and done, I think this would be a great option. It has a nice radiance to it, and I've been really enjoying it. So again, it's newer, but I have been enjoying it and recommend it. All right, now next, highlighters. So as far as highlighters, there are a couple of things, and I thought if there was another one. There's another one I was going to mention. I didn't bring it in here though, and I've mentioned it in multiple other videos, but the Burt's Bees, the Luminizer, that was definitely a Jessica Braun made me buy it. So I have that one and I really enjoy it. It's in a pink toned, I can't remember the name of it, but I'll insert a picture if I remember. But yeah, but that, and then this Flower Beauty, this is the Day Glow. Now I've heard multiple people talk about this. Like, I don't remember which one specifically made me buy it, but I've seen Andrea Mattiliano talk about it. I've seen Jessica Braun talk about it, Kelly Gooch. I've seen them all talk about it, and you know, so one of them influenced me to buy it, but I do enjoy it. Again, I do find I enjoy more powder highlighters than I do maybe these type. Again, just because I do find just, again, I mean, where you're applying it, I mean, the whole idea is to highlight that part of your face, and it does, I mean, I have texture, you know, I'm 44 years old, so I have texture on my face, on my skin, so I do have to watch with a lot of these like more emollient cream or liquid type highlighters that, you know, I'm careful not to apply too much, or where I place it that I'm not emphasizing too much texture. So again, I do recommend, personally for me, I enjoy powder over the cream, but as far as a cream option, that is a nice one. It is very nice. Do recommend it. Now, as far as highlighter, oh goodness, I've got actually a couple of options here. One of them obviously I'm wearing, the other one I'm not. The one I am wearing is this Dior. This is the quad it's the Dior's Backstage Glow Face Palette in 1 Universal. Now, I chose this one because I liked the mixture of tones in here. I like the fact that it had the pink option. Now, again, this is supposed to be really like a radiant, like you're supposed to have your highlighters there. That's supposed to be more of like a blush topper, the pink one, and then more of a bronzer. But quite honestly, for me, I don't really use this as a bronzer, and I really haven't tried this as a blush topper, but actually it's really worked for me as far as just more of a highlighter. So sometimes I'll just even mix all 3 of these. I haven't really used this one much. The other 3, I definitely, and a lot of times I'll just mix these 2 together, and then again, that's what I'm wearing today. And this was, I believe it was either, I want to say maybe this was Ali Glines made me buy this. If not, I believe maybe I've seen Samantha March talk about it too, but either one of them, I'm, you know, they both like it, they both have recommended it, so, and I do enjoy that, do recommend it. The other one, and this was definitely a Kelly Gooch, is this Nabla. This is the Nabla Skin Glazing Illuminator in Privilege, and this is, I think they describe it as like a duochrome, or, you know, like it has a 2 color shift. I don't remember exactly, but it's supposed to be like a little bit more of a peach, maybe a peach pink tone, maybe that's what it is. But I do really like this. I got this maybe a year ago during one of the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty sales, and I've definitely enjoyed it. It's a great option, and actually their other highlighters and their bronzer I definitely recommend as well, and she's recommended, you know, Kelly Gooch has recommended those too, so definitely great options there. Sorry if you had to look at me during this video looking a little crazy, but I just realized I forgot to fill my brows. Whoops. Anyways, so we'll talk about that product in a moment. But yes, what were we on? I think we just talked about highlighters. As far as powders, I think I'm gonna talk about those next. I do have a few options here. One of the ones that I've had for a little while here, and this was definitely a Jessica Braun made me buy, is this number 7 Lift and Illuminate Triple Action Finishing Powder in Light. Now, I've talked about this over and over again, so I'm not going to go in too much detail, but I did use this under my eyes. Definitely recommend it. And I do think you don't really need to pay all the money on Charlotte Tilbury if you don't want. I think that's a great option. Now, as far as loose powder, this was a Juicy Jazz made me buy at the e.l.f. Halo Glow Setting Powder. I really enjoy this. A nice illuminating, radiant kind of powder, and for the price, you can't go wrong. I definitely enjoy a lot of e.l.f. products, so that's definitely high on my list there. And then this Kosas. So this is the Kosas Cloud Set Powder. Mine is in Breezy. This was a, I want to say, gosh, I've heard multiple people talk about it. I want to say Jessica Braun, Samantha March. I actually think Samantha doesn't like this one as much as her Dior one. But yeah, so definitely Kelly Gooch. I know she loves this. Again, I know Jessica Braun loves this, but one of them recommended it and I bought it and I really enjoy it too. And it might have even been Allie Glines too. But yeah, definitely recommend that, like that one. Now this was definitely a Samantha March and she talks about how she's gone through multiple of them, but this is the Dior Backstage Face and Body Powder, no powder, and mine is in 2 Neutral. I have not used this and I honestly don't enjoy it quite as much as she does. I mean, it's not bad, I like it, but I just find that, first of all, it keeps getting hard pressed, so I have to keep, you know what I mean, like scraping off or like get it to come, you know, like that layer to come off. And honestly, I just forget a lot of time to use finishing powders. It's not a bad option. I just honestly keep forgetting to use these. I use my loose powders and my under eye powder, and then I'm always afraid to look too powdery because again, I do have dry skin. But when I have used it, I have enjoyed it. I just, again, don't remember to use it all the time, but another great option. Well, since I just applied them and I'd forgotten, this was a Jen Love, used to be Jen Love's Reviews, made me buy it, the Makeup by Mario brow pencil. I remember her doing a short review on this during one of her What's Up in Makeup videos, I think it was then. But yeah, so I bought this. Mine is in Dirty Blonde, which is supposed to be kind of like a taupe, you know, equivalent to taupe. This is my very first time using it, so I'll have to give you more thoughts as it goes. It did seem very dry though, and I'm sure as I use it, I'm sure it'll start to get a little bit creamier, kind of get that first layer off. I'm sure I'll enjoy it more. Not a bad option, but again, I definitely have some other ones I've been enjoying at the moment, so I'll give you my further thoughts as we go. But you know, as far as a brow pencil, it is what it is, does what it needs to do. So all right, as far as eyes, now this was a Samantha March Natasha Denona Mini Nude Palette. Now again, Natasha Denona, Charlotte Tilbury, Pat McGrath, a lot of those like luxury brands, the girls as she calls them, definitely she influenced me on a lot of these. Now I remember two and a half years ago, she did a video ranking all of her palettes. It was kind of the end of the year kind of thing, and she had mentioned these palettes, and this nude one was in her review, her makeup collection, Declutter it might have even been. And when I saw it, I was like, oh, that's totally me. So shortly after that, I bought it. I've had it since. I used it today, and I have to say, even 2 years later, these metallics are gorgeous. They're pigmented, they're, you know, creamy. I mean, you would never even know this thing was like over 2 years old now. So, I mean, that just tells you the quality. So again, you can say what you want to say. I know her brand's more expensive, but if you want quality and, you know, shadows that are going to last and, you know, stand the test of time, you can't go wrong with her eyeshadows. I'm just going to say it. So, and then the other one I bought here, and this is I think it was Jessica Braun, and then I saw Andrea Mattiliano talk about it as well. It's one of those Kaja Bento, the little trios, and this is in Chocolate Dahlia. Now I got this one because I do really like more neutral to neutral cool tones. I'm finding more and more, I would say this is more of a neutral tone palette, but it's just a perfect little on the go. You've got your 2 mattes there, and then you have this like kind of topper, I think it's kind of a rosy toned, pink toned topper shade, but really pretty. And I'm definitely glad they finally influenced me to buy this, and I got it during the Sephora sale. So I've maybe used it twice, but I have to say, you know, I'll show maybe the application to this one, but man, those mattes, I have to say, they were very pigmented and blended out like a dream. So I'm definitely happy to have that. So, and then the other thing I thought about, and I was like, oh, I have to include this, is Kelly Gooch all the way, the Sigma Enchanted palette. She actually kind of got me into Sigma as far as their eyeshadows. I had never really tried their eyeshadows before, and when she had mentioned this palette and I saw it, I was like, oh, that's actually really pretty. And I was like, I don't have a palette that looks like that with that kind of color story, you know. And at the time, I mean, I've had it for over a year now, but this was definitely a Kelly Gooch made me buy it. And then since then, I bought many more palettes from Sigma, and I've enjoyed them all. So yeah, I definitely like Sigma's eyeshadow palettes now. So let's see, more eyes. We have the Makeup by Mario eyeliner pencil in the Perfect Brown. This was definitely a Jessica Braun made me buy it. I got a backup one during the Sephora sale, so definitely recommend those. I really enjoy their, if you like eye pencils versus like a liquid eyeliner. So that's a great pencil option. And then also another Samantha March Rare Beauty. This is the mascara that came out more recently. She definitely influenced me to buy this. It was more of like a sample. I think it came like with one of my orders, like, you know, you pick different samples. I think it's what I chose at the time and I enjoy it. Again, for the price, it's not too bad. I think it retails for $20, so it's not too bad as far as a mascara, but I definitely have plenty of like drugstore options that I like, but I've enjoyed it having it, so it's not a bad option. And then let's see, as I was talking about Charlotte Tilbury, I did have to bring out my Airbrush Flawless Setting Powder in One Fair. Again, this is just a tried and true, and I think this was either, it might have been a Jessica Braun or Samantha March. One of those two influenced me to buy that. So, and I've loved it. I have enjoyed having it in my collection. I've had it for almost 2 years now, so definitely can't go wrong with that powder. Now on to lips. A couple of lip pencils here that I have. I have the Sephora brand line of lip liners. This one is in Creme de la Creme. That is what I'm wearing today. This is a Jessica Braun made me buy it, and I did buy more of these Sephora. I do like their liners, you know, their lip liners, so I did buy more of them during the Sephora sale here recently, so glad to have those. And these two were Lauren May Beauty made me buy. So I have the Makeup Forever, and this is in Wherever Walnuts. This is the one she talks about all the time. Love this pencil. I think I bought a backup during the Sephora sale, but I definitely bought some other colors too. But for a pencil, lip pencil, I really enjoy that. Like one that's like a in-between brand, you know, not really drugstore, but I wouldn't really call it like, you know, like not a luxury, but a high-end brand. So definitely a great option. I also bought this Jane Iredale in Spice, and I have to tell you, I've been loving this. Now mine's not as much of a stub as hers is, but I've sharpened the heck out of this thing. I love this color. It's like the perfect like pinky nude color for me. It's blendable enough, like it's a little bit creamy, but it's not like a regular, like this type of lip pencil, you know what I mean? It's not that kind of creamy, but it's in between, because I would say this one's pretty dry. Like this one's definitely a dry, so if you don't mind a little bit, one that tugs a little bit, but it's gonna stay on and stay in place, I would say that one. If you like a creamier, this is a great option, and this is kind of in between. It's still a little bit drier, so you know it's gonna stay, it's gonna last, but it's creamy enough that it glides on. So I highly recommend that, and I actually got that off of Amazon. I think Jane Iredale, I think they sell at Ulta, but I just wanted the pencil and I didn't want to have to worry about like shipping and all the other stuff or buying more stuff. I just wanted the pencil. So I bought it off of Amazon and had no problems at all. It came like the next day or 2 days or something like that, whatever. And one other lip pencil, almost forgot to mention, and this was a Juicy Jazz all the way. This is the Alamar Cosmetics lip liner in Dulce, and these, she has been talking about this for I think maybe 2 years, and honestly Alamar Cosmetics, the brand in general, she is the one who hipped me onto them, so thank you, Juicy Jazz. But I love this lip pencil. It is definitely a creamier one, but this is definitely like the perfect nude. It's not too pinky, it's not too orange, beige, you know what I mean? It's just like the perfect nude. So love this pencil as well. So definitely recommend that if you get a hold. And that's like, I think maybe $13. So it's definitely still a more affordable option compared to some of them, compared to some of those other ones. So yeah, but I do recommend if you ever buy from Alamar, get their lip pencils. And then this is a non-makeup item, but I did have to mention this because I thought it was pretty funny. But this is a Taylor Wynn made me buy. And actually, I don't know if I said it right, but Taylor Wynn is the one that made me buy this Shiseido foundation. So in case I said that wrong, it was definitely Taylor Wynn. But anyways, these are little hair ties that I got off of Amazon. Now, what I usually do is, the nice thing is they're just a nice material, so they're very stretchy. They don't damage your hair. You don't have to worry about, you know, some of those ones are really, really tight and really small, like really, you know. So these are nice and wide, but what I've been doing, because I did notice, you know, after using them a few times, I mean, it's elastic, you know, it's gonna stretch. So they start stretching out a little bit. So what I've been doing is doubling them up. And it's perfect too, because a lot of times I'll have my hair back, have it like in a little bun for work or whatever, just to have it on my way. I'll double these up and it covers all those little fringes, all the little flyaways back there that, you know, want to come out of your bun. Having two of them on kind of takes care of that, helps that out. So, but yeah, and then she she had mentioned throwing them in the washer and dryer, which I haven't tried yet. But yeah, I mean, literally they were a few bucks, so worth the money. And there was something else online that she made me buy too, but I can't remember on Amazon. But anyways, yeah, but those are the products. So, but yeah, so let me know what you think about these products. Do you have any of these? Do you feel the same about some of these? Have those people influenced you as well? So you have to let me know down below. So yeah, so thank you for hanging in there. If you enjoyed this video, do make sure you give it a thumbs up. That does really help my channel. Subscribe if you're not already. Turn on all notifications that you're alerted to my content. And otherwise, I'm going to, of course, again, enjoy my drink. I want you to enjoy your day, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye. It was like a little trio that came with a gift, or came their other, oh, you know what I just realized? I never put on my, shoot. Hold on a second. Setting powder, and mine is in, let me see if, I don't think it tells the, oh, maybe Breezy? Oh, I guess it is the color. Otherwise, thank you for hanging in there. I hope you enjoy your day. You know, oh, no. Sometimes I feel like the flow is good. Other times I just feel like I'm like a deer in headlights. Like, anyways. All right, guys, that is it for that one. Got to move all this out, get changed, and get ready for the next video. So see you in a minute. It'll be days for you, but it'll be a minute for me. Okay, bye.